Test, test. Okay. Angry face. Anyway, let's try this again. Hmm. But I should actually do this as well. Hopefully, decoy. I have no idea. It looked like everything was fine on my end. And it's just... You have no connection. Well, router's on. Everything's on, but whatever. Let's get back to it. Boop. Thank you. Morning. Hello and welcome to The Blobber Does Some More Demos and Dictators. Here we're checking out Dongwu. Is it just Darkest Dungeons for furries? We will see. Start. It definitely wants an internet connection, this game, though. I don't think it's really running locally. Oh? Oh? Or not? Okay, we'll give it one more restart. But if it fails again, then I'm claiming that's the game. There we go. Okay, and it remembers where we were, so that's nice. Smack. Oh my god. Stop it. I'd prefer you heal yourself. And then smack. Done. What's going on? More guards. Mercurial Bard Badge. Can be used to recruit and level up a bard. Lush General. I'm sorry? And 100 monies. As well as badges for our 2 existing characters, sure. You may now put on your new stuff. Okay, what does it do? +1 power and miasma damage taken. Okay. Is that all? Are you happy to stop nagging me? Now, the guards are putting up signs that we're wanted. Lush General. Sure. It's a little extreme how much it's like telling you do exactly this and exactly this and exactly this, but yeah, and we can do the bard as well. Sure. So what are your powers? Trumpet blow? Doesn't seem amazing. Triumphant Rush. Keep attacking until a critical hit. That does seem okay. Normal attack. And, this is telling you who you can target. Oh yeah, it's even more Darkest Dungeon-y. Or maybe it's telling you the position you have to be in, actually. Can we test that out? So this is definitely who it targets. On this side, it might be where you have to be. So dog wants to be at the back. Bird wants to be in the middle. Other dog wants to be up front. And Foxy Woxy wants to be in the middle. Sure. Can we level them up with the thingies that we got? But we also need more money than we have. Sure. So we talk to you. Okay, we click your little text bubble. Head to the Fuchsia Royal Parks. The traitorous Deeboo has sent pursuers. Make your way out of Foxtown, while the messengers from the Trade Guild is creating a distraction. And we get money, maybe. Choose the characters you want to use. It's choosing where you want them. Okay, so you were middle. You may use 4 for any quest. Every class has its own strengths. Team comp adjustments are prohibited mid-run. Choosing the right ones becomes the key to mastering a task. Done. Yes. Go where it wants us to go. What rectangular trees you have. Tap to adjust the composition. No, I'm happy with what that is. Can I tell what we're fighting? No, but I can tell our rewards. a bit of equipment, and a treasure variety pack. Sounds like something you'd order at a fast food restaurant for treasure. Seems unnecessarily complex. Gain protagonist status. When protagonist defeats antagonist, mitigate 20 miasma. If the target is on near death, heal 1. Or if no protagonist is present, a random ally is selected as the attacker. Well, let's see what this does. Can we use that? Do I have to use it on you? Okay, so you give someone else another turn. You like the bard? None of them is bleeding, so it doesn't really matter. No, I think you just use your slowly get better at doing more attacks thing. Raw Sling. More accuracy, less stun resist. Bird with boob armor. Well, the boys aren't going to have boob armor. It's got to be the birds, Decoy. Oh, they've caught up to us. They're running away to report our position, and there's a bear. And some sort of goat. I don't know what this status effect is. Diseased? Something? Give Doggo another attack. Or buff Doggo. Buff Doggo, fine. I kind of like the idea of you healing. And then Bird finishes off Bear. Bird and Dog level up, and we gain basic armor. Quest complete, sure. I don't know what those are. Maybe that's tracking number of enemies we've destroyed? Shibinu with the loot is great. Where was our... this? Yeah, this. Except I want to put it on someone. Okay, it was you, and then you can have the new shirt. I don't know that 3% defense is useful when... Well, maybe it is, because it's measured in threes here. When it seems like damage is like single... When damage is intergeric, I don't know how much 3% is a useful buff. Because you'd need a large number for 3% to boost an integer up by 1. Can we do both? Yes. Head to Silver Bell Lake. The mysterious plague beasts appear in the woods, but the traitor's soldiers would not stop the pursuit. Escaped the deep forest. A Calico Tea House voucher. And money. Okay. I'm happy with things as they are. We were told to go to the lake. I'm happy with people in the order they are. Power up the other Bork. Heal yourself. Use your... That is so annoying. Use your multi-attack thing. And stun if you can. Lovely. Finish. I said finish. Oh, that can't target person 1. Okay, that one then. Big miss. Smush. Sure. Yes, Franco. As far as we can tell so far, it's Furry Darkest Dungeon. But it also seems to be following a bit more of a story. Rather than generic evil, seal the evil. Oh no! Uh-oh. And then we are saved by Cat Lady, Bat Archer, and Squirrel Man? Cannot be used for boss fights. The Polka Doll is not allowed to be used for boss fights. Fair enough. Ranker's Gamble. The Trade Guild offers to help the Red Fox Princes escape. Hilken's Invitation. A trade badge for Cat Lady. Some money. Sure, but first, can we hire new people? Even though we're sort of out in the world? Or level up our existing people? I like the idea of doing you. No, we're still somehow too poor? Actually, no, we can do you. Okay, so he joins 2. You have become 2. And we level up our doggo as well. Stun. Corrosion is this one. Is this Fire Emblem? Debuff, bleed, corrosion, stun. I will try and remember. Presumably this is health, some sort of zombification thing. We cannot be a furry because we are poor. We're too poor to level up. Okay, let's go on your quest. We say, yes, we're happy with everyone where they are. Scales. Turtle Man. Sing. Okay. We were wealthy at one point. We're down on our luck now. Doggo. Power up Foxman. God, I hate that. Slash, 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 slash. See if you can stun. Because if you can stun, that gives us time to do a heal. Attack up, but defense down, and he's angry. Well, now he's dead. Less miasma damage taken, but you resist debuffs yet. Does it not? No. If you hover over the cards, it will tell you what they all do, but it doesn't specifically... I think it expects you to know what the debuffs are. Oh, he's summoning the guard. Power up him. Kill the Ottoman for daring to... No, we're not allowed to. Kill you. I kind of want to use our heal, but let's try the usually misses attack. We did not succeed at bleeding. Try stunning. Success. The bird? Yeah, the bird attack is so good. We get level up badges for Doggo and Foxman, another shirt, and a tusk. Which is do more damage but heal less when you rest. I'm angry, says another Ottoman. And then there's Turtle Guy, who we were told to find. He says they're bad guys, and they say, but the Trade Guild, and he says something that I missed. Okay, so maybe singing is like greeting? Tap to open the in-game store. Tap to draw. Okay, so that's the game's loading screen symbol. Okay. I mean, I have another. And now we're too poor. Plus more power, lose resolution, corrosion, break rate, plus 12. You've unlocked Cat Lady. It's actually gacha. I don't know, it looks more like it's the upgrades you can buy within a run are randomized. But maybe I'm wrong. Can find Cleric of Virtue to mitigate miasma. Envoy of Xiaofang. The envoy is under the Trade Guild's protection. Mr. Hilken from the guild requests assistance in Silverbell Lake. Maybe. First, I want to see if we can hire. Okay, she already exists. Can we level up the others with the badgy badge? No, we need more badgy badges. And what does Cat Lady actually do? Or could we do our abilities? Okay, so you can level up your characters or your abilities. But yeah, like, I agree with Decoy that it would be lovely if you hovered over Shelter 2 if it had a pop-up thing saying what Shelter 2 does. Oh well, we just spent all our money on the gacha machine. So I guess we do this. Do we want her? What moves do you have? Does corrosion. Swap. Okay, so she moves around. Here it tells you, reposition. Change the placement of a character. Raise certain character attributes. That's sort of there, but not... And good days. Recovery? Ah, it's heal plus ongoing regeneration plus regenerate self. Sorry, dog, you are immediately demoted. Cat Lady is better than you. She's a good healer. Then we will now take this quest. The Envoy of Xiaofang. Travel to Silverbell Lake. Auto combat. No, we will fight for real. Heal Mr. Foxy Woxy. Stun number 1. Kill both. And you slice and dice number 3. You can heal Doggo. And then we can't kill you with that, so we do number 1. I wish I knew what the evil bird thing was. She means that we've demoted the Shibu Inner from not being on the team anymore, boss. That we've replaced Dog Bard with Cat Healer Lady. Oh, and now there's Rabbit Man. No one needs healing. So I guess we'll just preemptively set up regeneration? Heal Foxy Woxy. Okay. Bird needs a little bit of healing next fight, but otherwise we're good. Can we level up their skills now that we have a badge? Rabbit says greetings. There's some sort of monster thing. Turtle. And a nice shield. Which is probably better than Doggo not having any shield. So... oh, wow. Polish, Infusion, Disintegrate, Blessing, Retrieve. This almost feels like an MMO level weapon customization enhancer system. And the friendship store. They're selling friendship. Okay, you... can we give you... maybe it counts as this? Sure. What happened to the really nice shield that it said we had, though? I don't care about you being less stun resistant. More power. I'm assuming power is the damage stat. Sure, more defense, why not? Same with you if you're the nominal tank. Don't know what stun break rate is, so we'll just leave that alone. Now, level ability. Oof. So it becomes less unpowerful, less inaccurate, and more critical. How does this compare to the old one? Oh, 1 extra % of defense. Wow. And this one? No, that doesn't seem that good. This? An extra turn of bleed is fairly big. Bleed 2 for 3 turns, or bleed 2 for 4 turns. So although these buffs don't seem great, increasing this by 1/3 is big. The same with upgrading this. It's upgrading the bleed. Yes. I am happy to upgrade that bleed. What about Bird? Bird can have... That doesn't seem that good. Neither does that. Oh, now I understand why this is supposedly good. I was like, why would you want to lower your crit rate? But you want to lower your crit rate so that you attack 4 times, right? Because this attacks until you get a crit. So if you have lower crit rate, you're going to go like smack, 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 smack. Maybe never crit at all, but you'll attack 4 times, as opposed to attacking like once and then critting. Alright. And we don't have tokens for Cat Lady. Cat Ladies increases the healing strength by 1. And that's about it. The trouble is, very few fights seem to be like more than 2 turns. Right, so... And this only applies for 1 turn as well. No, I think I'd rather just boost his raw stats, level him up rather than level his moves up. Getting this to not be inaccurate is tempting. Yeah, let's try and get our stun attack to not have mischance. We could do 1 more of Doggo's skill, but I think I'd rather wait to just level Doggo up overall. And now we have 2 quests to pick from. This one is worth a lot more. Undead monsters have been witnessed near Silver Bell Lake. Assist the guild in solving the pollution caused by the plagued beasts. I'm happy with the team as is. Yes. Fight the zombie bear? Many zombie bear. Heal him, because they actually need it. All of them. See if we get any of our bleed. We get lots of bleed. Which kind of makes it tempting to go for the destroy on you. Okay. Kill the caster, please. I would like you to stun the healthy one. I would like you to heal Doggo. We find out what miasma does at last. And why this guy's skill is useful, because it removes it removes the miasminess. As opposed to just being a very shitty heal. Heal Birdo. Kill all. Other bird should die of... other bear should die of bleed, yep. Try and stun you. And we accidentally kill you. Yeah, there's a second bar. No, I'm not telling you what it is. It's some sort of zombie-ness-o-meter, right? Presumably. Gain a simple club. I don't like heal rate down. Gemstones mined in Barzia can be sold in exchange for money. Sure. Okay, so this one that we hadn't done. Sure. I'm happy with the team. Ooh, duck! But most importantly, keep main character man alive. Bird says kill duck. There can only be one bird, and that is us. Bird is hiding at the back. And it uses the miasma-y thing. No one is bleeding yet. I'd like you to stun number one. I'd like you to kill them all. The tombstone bleeding out is a bit weird. Okay. Let's have a look at using his weird heal. Oh, you can't use it on number one. Okay, use it on yourself. Yeah, it's definitely okay. Kill that guy. You need to heal Bird. Stun person 2. They'll die to the next daggers. Regen main character man. Kill them all. And the last guy. Sure. We've completed all the quests. Now we can talk to Turtle Man. And he gives us mainline quest. Saltery Ruins. Head to the Saltery Ruins. Rumors spread about the plagued beast in deep Saltery Ruins. Familiar with the dangers of miasma, the guild decides to investigate. You have 5 days. I'm happy with our team. Okay. How do we get to Saltery Ruins? I mean, at least this fight's let us work off some of the miasma. Go for the stun. Which maybe gives us enough time to heal. Continue working off our miasma stuff. Heal, doggo. And finish them. A cape. And another basic shield. Okay, head to the ruins. We have 4 days left. No, 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 stop it. Heal, doggo. Kill the caster. Stun you. Try and smush you as well. I should probably for a little bit put Doggo in position too, so that we can anti-miasma Doggo. Does resting get rid of Purpleometer? There's some sort of zombie rat. Many zombie rats. And no, resting did not get rid of miasminess. That was a lot of damage to poor bird. Keep yourself alive first, healer. No? Okay then, if the other two already have regen, do doggo. Pull the enemy forwards. Okay, and then there was one. Now, I don't understand why she can't target herself. It looks like she should be able to. Oh, it also does herself, so you can't, like, double it up on it. Okay. You can't do it on your... Oh, you can... It targets the enemy? Huh? Oh, okay. I assumed it was a self-buff thing, but it's not. It's an attack that you have to do against the last enemy. My bad. Definitely should have been paying more attention. Surmount rate. What the hell is surmount rate? And level up points for Doggo and Foxman. She tells them that we're wanted, which is weird because she's also here. Generic quest board has nothing. Can we level up any of our people? So, like, we can level up Doggo. We can level up Foxy Woxy. He goes from 24, 8, 12, 5, 3, 103, 3, 5 to 29. So 5 extra health. 8 to 13. I think that went up by 1 on the top end. 6, 3, 103. That's the same. 4, 6. It would be nice if you could see what this was going to actually grant before you did it. Okay. Return to Fox City. Mr. Hilken proposes a deal on behalf of the Trade Guild. You need to return to Fox City before escaping Fuchsia. Now, do we put you in the front for a bit? No, because you're absolutely useless in front. His at least works in the front, so we're going to swap you two around. While we're trying to have him anti-miasma you. He says trade cart, and then a trade cart shows up, and it delivers us back to the city. Mostly. Back to the city like we said. Enemy gets a surprise round. Good for them. Kill everyone. You heal up Foxy Woxy. Can you hit Bleeding Person from where you are? No, Bleeding Person has run away, out of range of us taking advantage of his bleeding, sadly. Now they're back in range. But we can try this thing that we... Yeah, and now you have crit rate down, and next turn we'll get to attack 4 times almost assuredly. Heal Birdo. Kill everyone. Kill the stronger one that's already bleeding. Let's see you do your multi-attack now. I'm sorry, you were meant to have lower crit rate, not more. I was promised lower. Unmiasma doggo friend? No? Oh, he can't do it when he's in number 1. Sucks to be me. I'm an idiot. Ring for resolution... Well, speed up for resolution down. Defense up for bleed resist down. Okay, and in the city... There is a guard who says, anti-us, but then the trade association says, I'll bribe you, and he says, thank you. We say thank you. Alright. And with that, I think we're safe to say that we've got an idea about this. It is largely Darkest Dungeon Furry Edition, but more story-driven and with a potentially hideously complex weapon customization-y thingamajig here that we haven't investigated. I am interested to see more of this in the future. It doesn't seem bad. Seems good. Seems good. Now, what else did we have to look at? And is... No, Shadow isn't around, so we will look at the next one. Boop. Which is... Horrendous Weebery. Looks like you could have some more game volume. Normal sounds fine. Enable additional footing function. This will add footholds in areas that are difficult to maneuver. How about no? You can change things from the setting menu. I'm shocked.
At the moment of birth, each of us is as free as a bird, with not a single restraint tying us down. But with age come the varied shackles that bind, clipping away at our wings, feather by feather. In time, we long for a return to the freedom we once knew. But the truth is, we can return to those days whenever we so choose.
And so far, I would think that we're playing Shamu's Adventure. Yes, this is yes.
Is this weather perfect or what? The brisk ocean breeze, the wide open sea, smells like a new journey on our horizon. I gotta say, I'm glad I took you up on your offer, Adel. Being stranded on Asteria for so long was really getting to me.
A friend gave you one. That might prove to be a poisoned chalice there, Decoy. Don't you feel sad sometimes?
Don't you feel at least a little sad?
I'll admit, it does kinda hurt to leave without repaying all the good that Goban's done for me. But even he started saying that I should get out there and see more of the world. That was right about the time when you invited me along on your travels.
Adel! Dogi! So this is where you two were.
And you mention horrendous Weebery and Baz appears, surprising no one.
Even now, it's difficult to believe a vessel this large is capable of floating upon its waves. What manner of sorcery is this?
I guess this is all one big culture shock for
You've
someone
been
born and
watching
raised on
since
East.
the Furry game.
Dr. Flair here is even giddier than me.
That I am. In my view, being on the surface instead of above it.
Not sure if that's more or less incriminating.
Of the unprecedented chance it's given me to search for the original strain of Selcetan flower.
Selcetan flower. That's the name of a type of medicinal herb, right? It's native to the Great Forest on the Gallia-Ispani border or something.
Indeed it is. I couldn't very well rest on my heels after hearing that's where
Welcome,
you two were
Raiders.
headed. The prospect of seeing it in its natural habitat was ample reason to climb aboard.
Your get-up and go could put even Adel to shame. But be sure to mind your health, okay? At the rate you're going, you'll end up fainting in sheer bliss the second you stumble onto those flowers.
Well, frankly speaking...
It's a very slow bird.
Well, we won't be arriving in Celceta for a long while yet. Might as well kick back a bit and enjoy the ride for now, don't you think?
Yeah, those birds in the background are moving amazingly slowly. I am surprised they're capable of staying up. Or it's a fast boat. That wouldn't work, Decoy, because we are a sailboat, right? Any speed that we have, the bird should also have. Hail, Captain K. How are the demos? The Darkest Dungeon but Furries was pretty good. I hope they continue doing okay. It could use some more hover tooltips, but otherwise it was good. And this, well, we've only just started this. This is our third voyage. I just hope we've slipped through the cracks by now. A tricky current runs through the region. No need to concern yourself. These aren't talkable. You're looking to strike it rich in Celcetia too. 3 cheers for a gold rush. Your hair is so red. So the first thing that I noticed on looking at the like description of the demo of the game was they made a huge deal about the character's hair being red. As if like, this is a major draw to the game, that the character has red hair. Why would you ever play a game where the character doesn't have red hair? A shining sun and clear blue skies as far as the eye can see. You couldn't ask for better sailing weather. If you told me back when we first met I'd be setting out on a trip with you like this, I'd have said you were full of it. And now we're Salsetta bound. Wonder what we will find there. I'm ready for the trouble. You don't have to sound so enthusiastic about it. Whatever happens, I doubt we'll be bored. Red and white-haired characters are well-known selling points. Now, if it was orange, Maury... If it was orange... But we'll have to wait for you to get round to playing Dandelion. Did you and your friends come aboard at the harbour of Promolock? Rumours spoke of a mysterious island in its vicinity, blocked off by a never-ending storm. When we made port there, the seas were as calm as could be. Perhaps it was just an unusually sunny day. The weather is quite a whimsical thing. Do you suppose we're in Gillian waters yet? I bet they've been rife with pirates of late. All clear to the south-southwest. Ah, nothing sadder than all-day lookout duty. Can we go up the stairs? We cannot. Is there someone else I meant to have talked to? Ah, I meant to have talked to this person up these stairs. Hello, person who appears to be hiding. The passengers don't have a care in the world. I can't wait to get back to port and have a drink. No, we can't talk to you. What about Steering Man? He has a glorious moustache. He seems to be the ship's captain. It might be a good chance to strike a conversation. Sure.
Ah, a passenger.
Passenger, having a pleasant voyage, I hope.
You appear to be a seasoned traveler for a boy your age.
You appear to be a seasoned traveler for a boy of your age. You could say that.
So my hunch was correct. This may be no surprise to you then, but we have some extraordinary sights coming up shortly.
Oh,
And then it pans to
over there.
our friend. Is he the extraordinary sight?
Mountains? No, wait. I think those are islands.
Attention all passengers.
I do like that it waits for you to click that you're ready to proceed again. That's nice.
I am your captain, Victor LaSalle. Allow me to express my gratitude to you for sailing with us on the Adamas today.
We've had some games that we played lately where it would kick you along before I was
If
ready.
you look to our left-hand side, you'll find Obelia Gulf, famous for its sprawling archipelago.
Who's steering now? No one. Based on that, there's no one above deck.
This current bout of clear weather lets us see the myriad patches of land, both large and small, that populate these waters. It will be quite some time yet before the ship arrives at our destination in Salsetta. So until then, we invite you to bask in this scenic tapestry of blue seas and beauteous islands. Understood. Let's make haste.
My word, what a magnificent sight.
I mean, this is meant to be old man on the right, right? And he looks like he's maybe 40, maybe mid-40s?
Obelia Gulf, huh? Sure doesn't disappoint. That reminds me, Adel. You said you were looking for a Western archipelago before you came to Asteria, right?
I have trouble with our friend being named Doggy, though. Who's a good boy? Who's a good doggy?
There any chance this might be... Whoa! A little close for comfort, don't you think? How's a guy supposed to take in the sights like this? Hey, Adel.
How did he live to such an advanced age? Look, Decoy, I'm just glad it's not set in a high school
Men,
yet.
prepare to hunt. Behold thy foes with steady hearts. Fear not thy fate, for life and death are the deities to decide. Those who fall with valor shall be ushered into their divine kingdom. Now, shout forth the name of our god!
Har!
It can't be!
Pirates!
Time to learn combat?
So he did hire mercenaries.
Shield wall! Charge!
Do they have horned helmets, Mori? They don't have horned helmets. She has, like, feathered winged helmets. You're safe.
Right. Thank you.
Oh? You another one of them mercs?
Bit on the puny side, ain't he?
The way they all move up and down in exact synchronicity is a bit off-putting. And like the flat texture of the chainmail doesn't look like chainmail. I don't mind the fabrics. The fabrics look okay, but the flat texture on the chainmail looks pretty terrible.
Sure you know which way to hold that thing, little fella?
What a joke. The big lug behind him would be more worth our time.
Why else do you think? Everybody's got to make a living one way or another. Enough chit-chat. Let's make this quick.
Please be better than the combat on Redguard, which was the last game where we started on a pirate ship attack. It would be hard to be worse, though. Press left mouse click to perform a normal attack. Middle mouse to lock onto enemies, making attacks easier to land. Okay. This feels like it very much would want us to be using a controller rather than a D-pad, but okay.
How's that joke? No way.
Is it not going to teach us dodge? Oh god, Redguard, yes. Yes, Spaz. You won't escape!
Damn it all.
And Child Me was so sad that I couldn't play that game.
Rotten
So sad that my computer wouldn't support it, and I dodged such a bullet.
You bumbling louts! How long does it take to handle one sellsword trying to play bodyguard?
Our fault, ma'am. The kid's a lot tougher than he looks.
Oh, really? Fine then. I'll take care of him myself.
Here we go. Now we learn shield. Right mouse click to guard. Guarding against an enemy attack will prevent most of the damage. Okay.
Done
Sure.
saying your prayers? You're pretty skilled.
Ah, and there is a dodge. There's shift. Why did it have to be that camera angle?
Whoa! Here it comes!
Whole lot of fuss for one small fry.
Try not to lose that red head of yours, kid!
Princess. I must ask that you stand down. That boy appears to be no more than a passenger.
What?
We have already apprehended the captain. Right this way.
Captainess. Captainess? Not captain?
So those are pirates. This is my first time encountering them in the flesh.
Oh boy, we're in a real jam now. Ugh.
Captain Victor LaSalle. I thought we had an agreement.
See, her
There's
chainmail
for
looks
sailing
better.
These waters. And you promised never to skip out on it again.
Hold on a moment! This is the last time, I swear! Whatever you do, just let me live!
We both already know how this goes. Any room you had to parley was forfeit the minute you put those mercenaries on your payroll.
Stay your hand, boy. Those are no mere pirates. They're the Balta Sea Force.
Okay, it's a pirate eat ship captain world. She could afford a modesty panel. Yes, X. Which I hold is trying to make its title sound like Yes, Sex, but... Yes, X. Look at our extremely angular rock. It had all of 7 polygons. So what, they just kill the captain and then let us went on our way? Huh? Yeah, goodbye, nice pirates.
Woof! I'm stuffed.
Doggy says woof. Doggy says woof. Really?
Guess good eats are a given when you set up town by the ocean. The stuff you get further inland just doesn't compare to fresh seafood.
That aside, it would seem we're going to be stranded here for the time being.
Yeah, who'd have guessed the Adamas was cruising through these waters illegally? Obviously, the captain already paid the ultimate price for that. But I hear they're even seizing his ship as compensation for all those unpaid tolls.
It leads me to wonder what the story is behind this Balta Sea Force. To their credit, they did let Adel loose after determining he was merely a passenger.
Doesn't make those lugs any less high and mighty, though. If they look like pirates and plunder like pirates...
Like Normans, you mean?
Normans, you say?
They're a lawless people from the north with incredible seafaring know-how. Word is, they've looted their way not just here, but across the entire North Sea. Raiding towns, pillaging churches, kidnapping innocents. None of it is beneath a Norman.
Okay, so the Normans are the Vikings.
Makes up just one faction among them.
But the Vikings are the nice
Sounds like your
people?
typical pirates to me. How do they get away with it?
I was given to understand that the entire region of Glia fell under Roman imperial control.
Roman?
Is it that not even the Empire would dare to defy the Sea Force? The Normans have had an iron-fisted grip on Obelia Gulf for ages now. Some say that it spares us from suffering under Roman rule, but they don't speak for everybody.
Yeah, such original names, aren't they, Baz?
To the Adamas?
I did. Captain LaSalle was treading a dangerous line. He simply reaped what he sowed, if you ask me.
Won't argue with that.
Still, it's hard not to feel for the guy.
Those pirates had no right to waltz in like they owned these waters and demand a toll. Why should any of us have to play along with their made-up...
Shush! I can sympathize, but that sort of talk is best kept to yourself.
Oh, what did I do to deserve being
You
born
played
in
a game that
Karnak
had
of all
Burmans
places?
instead of Germans.
I see what you mean. Doesn't sound like they get the warmest reception around here.
As would be the case in any town, though this one does seem to have its fair share of hardships.
I'm sure it's not all bad.
Now, Adel, though on that subject, there does seem to be quite a bevy of islands here in Obelia Gulf.
Oh, yes, that's true. We locals are so used to the view that it often slips our minds.
That reminds me, Missy. These islands wouldn't happen to come with any unusual myths or lore, would they? Our little group's got a special interest in that sort of thing.
Is that your reason for traveling, maybe? I can't guarantee there's anything that'll live up to your expectations, but... let's see... Aha! If it's run-of-the-mill folktales you're after, I have just the one.
Really now? Do share.
Well, legends tell of what's known as the Sea King's Throne. The throne is said to be hidden away on one of the islands here in Obelia Gulf. Supposedly, whoever finds and sits upon it will have their wishes granted.
I think
Oh, that's some juicy stuff. How about it, Adel? This do
the
anything for
colored
you?
region of her eye was extending outside the edge of her eyelid.
That's the spirit. We got plenty of time to kill, so what the hey?
Hold on a moment. It really is just a story.
Oh, what's the harm? Let them chase their dreams. That's what being young is all about. Heck, back when I was their age,
Forgive him. He's had a few ales too many, it seems. Say that throne really exists, though. What would you wish for, Rosalind?
Huh? Me? Well, for our humble little business to prosper, of course. What else?
brings a tear to my eye, it does.
Renee must be proud. It's easy to see why you're Rooseveri's poster girl.
Makes me want to spend 3 days and nights drinking this tavern down to its last drop.
I think you've had enough to
And
drink.
I do it all with a smile. The more they rake in the cash, the happier Rosalind gets.
Nonsense. This man is at least mid-20s,
You've had
Decoy.
quite enough for one day. Our apologies for bothering you, gentlemen.
Nah, it's all good.
He is truly ancient.
My name is Rosalind. I'm the daughter of the owners. The three of you are going to be lodging with us tonight, right? If you have any issues during your stay, anything at all, just let me know.
Thank you.
Of course. Always happy to be of service. Well, I'd better get back to work. Relax and unwind as long as you need.
Such a capable young lady. Reminds me of Lilia back home.
By the way, Adel, I know this Sea King's throne is a big deal and all, but we got some other things to take care of first if we're sticking around. The travel funds we scrounged up were only enough to get us to Salsetta.
Quite right. With that in mind, I plan to pay the local clinic a visit. Upon our arrival, I noticed a flyer that said they were recruiting medical practitioners.
Well, ain't that convenient. Doesn't really solve the issue for us two, though.
Are you youngsters in need of work?
Yeah. You got any leads?
Well, both the harbor and the town militia are hiring at the moment. The docks are always short on labor. I'm certain a brawny fellow such as yourself would be a welcome addition. And the red-haired lad is a swordsman, no? The militia's been on the hunt for temporary recruits, I believe.
No joke? That's great! Thanks for the tip!
Seems we have a few promising candidates.
Sure do. Let's get out there and follow up on them once we're done taking a load off.
Main menu and saving. Also, I've swapped over to a controller, because it obviously wants to be controlled with a controller. Open the main menu with plus, use D-pad up to view stats, and plus to save and more. Sure. It says press B for equipment, but if I press B, it exits. Down does go to journal. Oh, B and A are the wrong way round. Okay. Well, that's frustrating, but I can deal with that. It's nice that it has a message log. Holy moly, she has. Well, she has a lot more health than the others. Okay, there aren't actually more pages. And then there's two things that we don't know about in this menu yet. We have the dopiest little representation on this map. And presumably I'm meant to go over to there.
All right, you two. This is where we split up for now.
Indeed. I'll be heading to the local clinic. I may just take a look around town as well, seeing as we're extending our stay.
Let's aim to meet back up around dinner time then. Adel, I'm guessing you're also gonna...
Me.
Oh god, no.
Seek me.
Not Fee again. Please, not Fee.
You good? A voice? I didn't hear anything. Sure it wasn't just your imagination?
There's no shortage of noises out here. Perhaps you mistook one for somebody speaking to you.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's time to start scoping this place out. You probably plan to wander the streets a bit yourself before checking in with the militia, huh, Adel?
Not especially.
Catch you both later, then.
A strange voice that only redheads can hear. Oh god, is there a way of inverting the camera? No. Maybe? Yes! This? Good. Camera now does what I want. No? Actually, no, that's still wrong. Where was it? Okay. What's this? Some red is floating in front of me. Damn it, so blurry. Can't make it out for shit. Just let me get my bearings. He lifts the bottle to his lips and takes another swig. Ah, now that's the stuff. What are you gawking at, Blue? This ain't no show. Why don't you get lost? This is the one that's about to be coming up, Wick, and they have a demo out for it. A gag of drunken Normans caused another scene in front of my store. Mayor Clement, you have to do something. Not just that, with the ridiculously high tolls they're charging, and the tragedy of the Adamas will happen again. Please calm down, I will address all of your concerns in time. Regarding the Adamas, I'm told that its captain has gone so far as to hire mercenaries. As such, he shares the blame for what has happened. We cannot afford careless accusations. Are we allowed to leave, or will it say...
Let's not go this way.
Yeah. Please follow the linear path that we want you to. No, we already did that. Is there a run? Yes. Why did they not tell us run sooner? This was critical information.
I've got to say, the quality of these Spanish leather goods is on a whole other level.
One might say the same of Obelian seafood. Rich flavors, firm to the touch. It is simply unparalleled. Rome and Hispani may be at odds right now, but I believe our transaction today has proved mutually beneficial.
To be perfectly honest, our middleman here deserves all the credit for making this deal happen.
There you go, Decoy. He's not Spanish, his is Spanish.
Well spotted. I am indeed a Norman. However, I find that being a tradesman suits me far better than waving an axe about.
That's good to know. They say Normans are first-class mariners. No doubt that expertise slots in perfectly with mercantile work.
I'm flattered to hear you say so.
It's thanks to the Balta Sea Force that we're still able to do business like this during wartime. They're the ones who make sure ships from both sides can travel these waters safely.
Not having those persnickety Roman officials around to stick their oars in has been heaven sent for us as well. I very much look forward to your continued patronage.
You and me both, pal. And let's not forget to keep our friends from the Sea Force in the loop, too.
On a separate note, Romes, the militia recently informed me that an incident has blocked the highway out of town. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't
A story protagonist has arrived, so no one can possibly leave town yet.
Well, word gets around fast. It's nothing I'm not aware of. In fact, I've already asked the militia for an update on the situation. Shouldn't be long before they report back.
Doggo! Oh, we can't pat Doggo. Boo! Do 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 do.
You there, with the red hair.
No idea, Amel.
Well, here's an unfamiliar face. You must be one of the passengers from the Adamas. Is everything all right? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Sorry for calling to you out of nowhere like that. We each have a child about the same age as you, so our motherly instincts kicked in.
Honestly, who do those Balta hooligans think they are? Wreaking havoc left,
I
right,
could
and
I could
center.
almost believe Lady on left, but Lady on right has a child our age?
And plunder anyone who flouts it.
Some ships, like the Adamas, will try and make their way through without drawing attention.
Roll to
But when they're
disbelieve.
found out, they wind up like Captain LaSalle. That's for sure. Once you're dead, that's it. Nothing else to be done.
Ironically enough, the Balta Sea Force would have escorted them personally had he paid the toll. In that sense, they do their part to maintain order throughout the Gulf, which is why the Roman Empire turns a blind eye. When all is said and done, as long as we live here, those brigands' word is law.
There are far fewer instances of pillaging than before now, so we can only assume this is for the best. Still, it would be nice if our mayor could put his foot down every once in a while.
Okay, so the Viking Yakuza is doing a
Having to
good
deal with
job.
our complaints and the Sea Force's demands has him between a rock and a hard place.
Well, that's what he signed up for when he took on the job. Anyway, you just be sure to stay out of their line of fire.
Half-price herring. People that you might actually talk to will be back later. Don't be like the stupid captain. I've got transporting your goods handled. Can't be half as scary as sailing afoul of the Normans. You're growing up fast, kid. Your dad must be proud of you. I'm just doing what's expected of me as the company's next in line. Can we actually hop on the boat? No. Oh, hello, you're over here. Have we found ourselves a job? I will continue to enjoy unemployed life. We can't travel anywhere without money, so you should take it seriously. Blah blah blah. No, invisible wall. Behold! The invisible wall! The flyer has been posted on the bulletin board. Calling all youths, a career in the Karnak militia awaits you. 600 gold per day, dependent on experience. Not a very generous salary.
You got a job for us?
Huh? Wait a second.
Don't tell me. You're here to sign up for the militia, right? Never seen you around before, but I think we're about the same age. The name's Gren. How about you?
We introduce ourselves.
Man, oh man, you've just gotta enlist. We could really use a guy like you. Wait, what's with the long face?
I'm worried at the prospect of having to work with someone with such terrible fashion sense. But we'll keep that to ourselves.
Giving you second thoughts. It did used to be slightly better for what it's worth. But the mayor slashed our budget in order to keep the militia from being overfunded. When the Balta Sea Force says jump, he asks, how high?
He has a crop top and elbow pads.
Oh man, that figures. Our commander's not in right now, so it's not like we could have gone over the nitty-gritty anyway. He should be back tomorrow, though. So maybe swing by again around noon and hear us out. Call it a hunch, but I've got a feeling you and I are gonna be fast friends. Calling all youths, a career in the Karnak militia awaits you.
Seek me. This way.
Oh, please.
Seek me.
Hey, Double Danger Dad.
Right here. Find me.
I hope I didn't miss out on a wear cleaner. Welcome, Raiders. The seashell is Fee. Leela shell. A mysterious shell adorned with distinctive decorations. Excellent. Growl? Doggo! Now, I don't actually know what the buttons are now that we've swapped to controller. Well, I worked out what sword was. It's kind of a lizard doggo? Wolf my backside. If it attacked out of nowhere, it had to be taken down. But what was it doing wandering the town to begin with? Oh? It's a zombie doggo. Exclamation mark, question mark. Its wounds are healing.
Swordsman. Can you hear me?
A girl's voice emanates from the shell that you picked up earlier.
They stole you. Mana. Enough power. Defeat.
Ooh, we get Flame Sword. You may now use skills. Hold right and press X, Y, A, or B, or press 1, 2, 3, 4 on mouse and keyboard to perform skills at the cost of spell points. Oh no, skill points, sorry. Consumed skill points will recover one at a time. It's a so bad it's good situation, Franconian. Assign a skill from the skill menu. Okay. Right plus probably Y. Yes. And that actually defeats Doggo. I mean, it looks mostly okay, Franco. There was the crappy chainmail on the non-main female Vikings looked kind of bad, and there was the low polygon rocks. But aside from that, it's been fairly okay.
I'm sorry. I don't... any details. My name... Leela.
Lilu?
Are you...
Multipass!
Adel? Search Island. Come find help. In go.
Oh. We attempted to hear her call through the shell several times more, but we received no response. With the sun beginning to set, we decided to return to the inn and confer with Doggy and Dr. Flare.
So the shell spoke to you. How very curious. As for this mana you mentioned, can we assume it's some form of magic?
You sure?
I don't know.
Not that we can even tell one way or the other. That wolf you fought that just wouldn't die has me hung up too. I talked up a storm with the guys down at the docks, but none of them mentioned anything close to that.
It may well be that something is actively unfolding as we speak.
The Balta Sea Force, Mana, an undead wolf, and a girl named Leela. Doesn't seem to tie in with that Sea King's throne we heard about earlier either. It's just mystery after mystery around here. You know what that means.
Our newest adventure begins.
Here I always thought adventure
It
was
really
something you had to
disturbs
seek
me
out.
that so few of our lines are
Whenever you're
voiced.
around, Adel, it seems to find us instead.
Like, more than it
Nothing
should.
like a little intrigue to spice up a trip. Finding that girl's gonna be a tall order, though. This Gulf's got more islands than you can shake a stick at.
The first step is to gather information. You'll also be in need of a ship.
I'll put my new job down at the harbor to use and poke around for some intel.
As for myself, the Azrat Clinic has hired me on as a temporary physician. I'll see if I can't find someone in town who's willing to lend us a hand.
Sounds like a plan. Let's kick things off first thing tomorrow morning, Adel.
Two moons? Day 2. After breakfast, Doggy and Dr. Flare... Please don't click so quickly. In the meantime, Adel decided to wander the village until it was time to meet up with the local militia. Oh, Adel. I'm going out for a bit. I'm glad I caught you. Our front desk received a letter with your name on it. Someone has sent me mail? I thought it was weird. You only wound up here because of the incident on the Adamas. And that was a purely coincidence. The letter is addressed to you. We open it. I'll be waiting at the town beach. That's all they wrote? There's no sender either? Could it be a prank? I think I'll go check it out. Don't bite off more than you can chew. I have an errand that needs doing. Excuse me. Our tables could use fresh decorations, so I'm going to go pick some flowers. How could you possibly leave town? There's an invisible barrier. Yes, it's a well-traveled road. Take care. There's still a short while before it's time to meet with the commander of the local militia. Now might be a good time to head to the beach, like the letter told us. I wonder if it's faster to Oh! Oh no! It's faster to link roll our way everywhere. Viking girl. Are you my pen pal? I didn't think you would show up alone.
Double-check. You're probably full of questions, but I'm in no mood to explain. Just think of this as us picking up where we left off yesterday.
Exclamation mark! Wait!
I don't take orders from you.
Enemies will perform a power attack after emitting a red warning. Note that they cannot be defended against and must be... No, they can't be evaded. How do you get over them then?
I won't hold back this time.
Ow.
Speed.
Oh, she gets us. Game over.
I won't hold back this time.
Well, at least it's kind of nice. Could I have the, this? Could I have those instructions again, but for controller now? This. Depress right trigger for the lock-on now. Run is evade. And that's about all I need.
How's that?
Speed.
How's that? How's that?
Power of mana. How'd you get your hands on it? You didn't use it back on the Adamas.
But I didn't use it here either. No, I didn't know the lock-on for the controller, Amel. Because I assumed it would be okay to play with mouse and keyboard, and then it was clearly a play with controller game. So I swapped to controller, but it had already told me the earlier tutorials in mouse and keyboard land.
Mana, on the other hand, is my people's concept of a formless power. Imbued in a sword, it brings forth victory. Imbued in a vessel, it grants safe passage. Only those chosen by the All-Father Har are able to wield it. Out of the Sea Force, that list starts and ends with me and my old man.
How did you get it?
Just why should I tell a louse like you?
Uh-oh, it's another doggo!
Grieger. You fought one just yesterday, didn't you? Put a Grieger down with just any old weapon, and it'll rise back up again and again, wounds fully healed. Mana is the only thing that can slay him for good.
Yeah, many doggo.
Well, aren't we popular?
At that moment, Adol and the girl felt a strange something. But the text went by too quickly. Again, why aren't you giving me the ability to only press continue when I'm finished reading? I was praising for you this before, game, and now I have to take that praise back. Hold ZR to enter duo mode, during which you can press B to perform joint attacks. Not attacking while in duo mode will place you in the duo guard stance. letting you automatically defend against enemy attacks.
What in hell did you just do to us?
I didn't do anything, but we'll go with the other one.
It couldn't be. Nothing like this has ever happened with me and my old man.
We're soul bonded now, and you're destined to be my wife. Clearly is what's happened.
Now I have a good grasp on what
The
I was
magic
sent
is
to
just showing
investigate.
it.
We're finished here. So long.
Where's the good riddance option? I want a good riddance option.
And what would I gain by answering them? I'm a Norman, a pirate. One false move, and you might be my next kill. Can't handle that? Then pack your bags and see yourself out of Obelia Gulf.
Could that be an option?
Son of a...
Oh no, she's literally magically bound to me now. I was joking, I take it back. I take it back.
Made of mana?
No.
What did you pull this time?
How do we get these off?
Can't
Yes.
exactly see a keyhole anywhere. It's stuck tight! Hey, quit gawking and help! This spells trouble for us in more ways than you can count. Either we get these off, or I'm sending you back with one less hand. Got that?
Adel and the girl then attempted to use their abilities to free themselves. However, the mysterious shackles refused to come off, leaving them at a loss for what to do next. Kill her! The solution is kill her. She even attacked us. We can claim righteous self-defense.
Well, be a curse of some kind. I hate to say it, but my old man's probably the only person we can turn to at this point.
Can he do something
He knows
about
more
this?
about Mana than I do. Whether he'll actually hear us out is a separate matter.
I'm not loving all these fake choices for the dialogue, where I'm pretty sure they're just giving the same answer regardless of
Adel,
which
right?
of the two options
We'll
we
have to stick
pick.
together for a while, unless you fancy me lopping you off at the wrist. Watch it. If anyone should be complaining, it's me. My name's Karja. Karja Balta. Daughter of Grimson Balta, Jarl of the Balta Sea Force.
Could you maybe insert the word Balta a couple more times in those sentences?
I thought you'd already realized. Well, no time to waste. I'm off to report in at the Balta Sea Force's command post. It's over by the harbor, so don't fall behind.
She has joined the party. Alright. And you know what? Fortunately, another hour. So we can declare ourselves done with this. This is just as... It is at least funny bad. So it would have some comedic value in terms of that. And I could actually see the combat maybe being okay. Yeah, I found it funny bad, Mori. It's just so incredibly cliched in every single possible way at every possible point. Yeah, how do we escape this? No, how do we? How do I click on main menu? Let me out, game. Okay. There is no escape. Ah, there is escape. And so we have our third, unless Shadow has turned up. But no, I still see no Shadow. So we will do the other demo that I wanted to do for the day. Keep Driving, which has been recommended to me by channel friend, boop, Fishlips, who says it's a little bit like FTL. Now, from the 2-second look at the title, sort of, opening Steam page, it looked like it might be more like Death Road to Canada to me, which I really hated. So hopefully it rings true that it's more like FTL. But in any case, we will have a look at it. So, hello and welcome to Blubber Checks Out Keep Driving demo. New game. School lingers in your memory as a faded obstacle. So it's not set in a high school, plus 1 point so far. You fumbled your way through. With no real plans for the summer, you decided to head over to an old friend's house to play some video games. You borrow the family car and head out for the weekend. It's Thursday, the 3rd of May. Beware the Ides. Oh no, it's not the Ides and it's not March. You have until the end of Sunday to get to your friend's house. Don't forget to bring your favorite game. We're going to play Railroad Tycoon 2 at a friend's house? Is this Professor Oak? Yeah, this is Professor Oak, so are you a boy or a girl? I am boy. What is my name? Blobber. I am pretty good with my parents. It could help you in a pinch. I am unemployed, part-time mechanic, student. I guess I'm a bum. What are you bringing with me? I was told to bring the video game, but I don't see it. So, I guess my tools? An 81 sedan, 4 passenger seats, average, or... Oh. Not available in the demo, a 70s muscle car. And also not available in the demo, a ute! Truck my backside. 2 passenger seats, big trunk, average engine. Trunk? It's a tray top ute. Ugh. Disgusting. Okay. Sure. Do I have to move closer? Okay, click on it. Now we're looking at the car from above. And it's actually Backpack Heroes. We've got to play Backpack Tetris. It is unclear. Okay, forwards with D. Click on a car to open the car menu. Calendar, map, trunk, map. Tapua. And we want to head to Stolterund. And it's going to take 3 minutes. And then we want to head... It is unclear? Maybe our friend lives at the gas station? You've got to get the video game from your house before you leave, okay? Chewing gum? Duct tape? Home? How do I pick up things from my room? I'm trying to click on everything in my room. It doesn't seem to be Pixel Hunt. The huge item box is my home. No, I see car, and I see our nominal representation of our trunk. I assume. No, this is meant to be the home. Okay. Ah. Well, all they would have needed to do is put a box here that says, move shit from here to here. I assumed this was some menu that I was meant to close to get a better view of my room to find things hidden object style in my room. Whatever. Poorly explained, we will continue. Sure. The tractor makes a peaceful humming sound. This is a road event. These symbols are called threat. Each threat represents one of your resources: energy, cash, durability, and fuel. These are your skills. You need to use your skills in order to remove a threat. During the player phase, you may use one skill. The dots show how many uses it has. When you are out of them, you cannot be used until you perform a short rest. The bottom icons show what type of threat the skill can remove. White star icons are wildcards and may remove any kind of threat. X icons do nothing. Use the skill Relax and align it with the threat on the bottom to remove it. Click and drag the skill to the threat's icon in the bottom of the display. So it aligns with this thing? Oh, no, you have to play overlappy game. Sure. When each of the icons removes threat, you get a perfect hit. When you get a perfect hit, you get an extra turn, and you may use another skill. Some skills have costs. This one costs an energy. Go ahead and use Have a Go to remove another threat. Okay. Great. Even though you got another perfect hit, your turn will end. You can only get one extra each player phase. During the road phase, the threat with the warning icon will attack you. Each threat deals damage to its type of resource. That's going to hurt my fuel one and my whatever blue was. After the road phase, something will happen, and new warnings will be displayed. You defeated the road event when all threat is removed. You can escape from events by holding down the gas pedal. Before escaping, each threat will damage you. This is your glove blocks. You may put small items here. Some items can be used just like skills. Well, this doesn't line up well. It lines up kind of okay. My extra turn does nothing, so how do I skip it? I don't want to use these, because these have limited uses, right? How do I skip? Oh my god, that is violently purple. I was kind of hoping there was a de-blur option. Actually, it might be in options. But no, these are the options. Well, I'm forced to use something again. Even though I don't really want to. So that would be my biggest thing so far. There should definitely be a skip. If the next enemy is another tractor, I'm probably out of this because sitting behind Tractor Simulator is not appealing to me. See, I don't want to use it again though. You're forced to keep using the extra turns that you don't want to use. This seems terrible. Why would Fishlips have recommended this? Take a power nap. Can I keep taking power naps? Hungry, hungry, something, cold, something. I don't understand why I can't just keep going. Right, we stopped because I was too tired. I've had a sleep. Why can I not just continue? Okay, I meant to click the big... Okay. It really should have some sort of better signaling for things that you can click. No, I don't want to talk to the hobo. Okay, now what? Okay, I want to go to that. Because that's like the most reasonable way to my friends. Here, then here. And then across to there, and then down to you. At least the music hasn't been terrible. But I really hate the, like, blurry fuzzies on the graphics. No, I don't want a hitchhiker. Why would I want a hitchhiker? And that lets us avoid one. But that's not a threat at the moment. That works. But then I'm going to become too sleepy again. Seriously, we drove for all of about an hour there since we woke up last time, and we're supposedly too sleepy again. This is something that Fish Lips recommended, Jake. And after this, I am going to add him to my list of people that we more strongly due diligence their suggestions, because this has not been good. And now we need to sleep again. We've been driving for all of another hour. Oh, let's sleep again. Useless drivers are these. I've done 1,000-mile drives. I didn't need to go to sleep every 2 hours. No, I don't care. Hurt me with all these things. At least we've got one where it overlaps for once. I don't want the extra turn. But you must use it. Fine. Bad driver. Get longer time to think during events. Do potholes send you to sleep? I know they don't send me to sleep, but apparently they send this guy to sleep. Sleep. Not enough durability either. Can we use duct tape to fix our car? No. Okay, take us back to here. But how does that... Maybe that got us some durability? I don't want you. Can we... You let us buy fuel, but I don't really care about fuel. I want to buy healing. Okay, so we've finally discovered what we're supposed to have been doing. We're supposed to have entered the shops and be buying items to do all these things. But the game in zero way indicated this. Actually, I'm surprised that's allowed. But anyway... So really, it should start you at a shop and say spend the money you have so you understand about the shops. I wouldn't mind being immune to cold. Cures starving? I am starving, supposedly. That seems amazing, because we always need to sleep. So energy sounds good. Yep, a Coca-Cola, why not? Same with the soda. Yep, more energy. Might be nice to have a second starving cure. Even more energy. Maybe the the X of X is indicating their number of uses. So we'll test that out with the cigarettes. We're too sleepy again. Sure, have another nap. Starving, cold, and dirty. Well, we can eat the thing that removes starving. And we can just eat a stupid amount of chocolate to have some more energy. Sure. Let's keep going. No, look! Use items from glove box, but the glove boxes, we opened it and there was nothing in it. When we opened it. Right? It was empty. Do I have to stop to get it to actually open it again? They've got to make high power headlights illegal. Are they really safer? They blind me any time. Or the idiots. Yeah, let's just call them idiots. You get annoyed and worked up. Headache. Can I stop? Cigarette. Use. Didn't this fix... Oh, I thought that would fix headaches. No. Well then, continue. They also never taught me that I could just stop whenever I want, right? A chocolate bar is equivalent to a full night's sleep. Actually, the chocolate bar was worth 3 nights' sleep, Decoy. Because a night's sleep was 3 rest, and each use of the chocolate bar was about the same as that, and there was 3 uses of the chocolate bar. Okay, something is on the roadside. I don't care. There are some sunglasses. Sunlight won't be a problem with your sunglasses. I don't care. Yeah, why do we care about a box on the side of the road? Because we couldn't pass it, Franconian. All these other cars zoom past us and the box on the road, but we are incapable of going around that box. I can get rid of that one. But the rest I'm just going to have to take damage. And then we're going to explode again. Yeah. And now we don't have enough money to get towed back. Call our parents for help. Cooking Mama and Science Papa need to save us. It actually worked. Except we're here again. Seriously? I mean, we're rich now, so sure, we'll take the immunity to cold item. Coffee is food, energy, and not hungry. We did get a headache before, so the aspirin would be useful. And if we're super rich, we might as well just, like, grab everything, right? There. Now, can I please use my new headache tablets? Good. And I'm cold. Well, how do I... Makes me immune to cold. How do I use it? Says I can't use it. You know what? We'll have the coffee and then see if we can use it. Maybe it means you can't get the cold? But if you're already cold, it doesn't fix it, so I won't be able to get cold again? Out of matches. And out of cigarettes. It's so silly, right? We're driving in a car all by ourselves, and yet, no, I couldn't put all these items in, like, the back seat or the passenger seat. I have to store them in the trunk. In the boot. Maybe I should become a vegetarian. Sure, why not? We drink nothing but coffee and soft drinks and sugar, so we've now gained the vegetarian trait. Also, if we're using the family car, how did our family come and save us? They made a big deal about that we were using the family car in the intro. Okay, we can use a cigarette to solve that. I could use you to get 2 of them. And I could use the mint to solve these 2. And then technically you can fix that. You've missed the name of the game? Yes, you have. Geez, my back is hurting from these seats. I'll need to stretch a bit. I should do it just now, or I wish I had some painkillers. Become drug addicted? You make a feeble attempt to look for painkillers, but instead just think about the pain. Lose associability. The command is outdated? It really isn't. The command is there, and it works. Clear skies. Abandoned car. Okay. You would solve that. Then the matches would solve that. And it hurts me in the energy, but that's fine. I guess we just keep using our cigarettes up. I have the ability to take energy damage. I don't have the ability to take durability damage. And again. Cigarettes seem pretty good. We get a fender, but I don't have space for a fender. I could maybe play some inventory Tetris. Do any of these only have one use? Yes, you. Then we can play some inventory Tetris. And make space for the fender. May I leave now, game? Yes. The game is called Keep Suffering, Jake. That's what it makes its players do. That matches that well. And then cigarette. Cigarette. We will accept the energy and fuel damage. Fuel we have. May I continue now, game? Drive around the box. No, I'm still not allowed to drive around the box. Pedal board. Oh, because the other thing was be a guitarist. Can I put things in the glove box? Can I put things in the... Oh my god, we can... Yes. Okay, we can put things in the car with us. Wait, does that mean I can put this on the car somewhere? No. Ugh, whatever. You have a sinking feeling. We have to actually click the trunk upgrades on the inventory screen? Drive fast. This skill is locked and costs 1 skill point to unlock. Click and hold to unlock. We have 4 to pick from. We may have Gotta Go Fast, Eco Driving, uses 2 energy. Absolutely not. Things that cost energy are terrible. I could accept gas cost, I think. Not durability. Durability is terrible. Free! I do quite like free. Gas or... No. So the winner is free as far as I'm concerned. Why can't I have this? For no obvious reason. You think I need this first before I can have this one? That is not clear to me. But if you're going to say that, then I guess I'll grab the one I don't like. How do we... I'm trying to click it. I'm trying to drag it. The other option is... No idea. No, can we just leave? Thank you. And no, there is no use for the, There is no use for the immune to... I think you just have to have it in your inventory and it, like, provides its thing. I don't know, but we certainly haven't gotten cold again since the last time, so... Soft evidence? Ah, you think we have to drag it to over here. Well, how do I access it? Visit a garage. You're joking. Like, a lot of these I can pay. You want to install a sunroof, maybe you need to visit a garage. You want a new engine? Sure. But if you're telling me I need to visit a garage to put a steering wheel sleeve on my car, I do not buy it. No. No. Let us continue. Okay, and then from here up to... Well, actually, can I use the fuel in my trunk first? 6. And it has 1 more use. Okay, so I don't feel like I'm going to run out of fuel before we get where we're going. So I was just checking how much fuel that would give us to make a decision about whether I need to visit these fuel stations. And I don't. I want to head to this, but apparently I'm not allowed to select that, so you... Well, why can I go to that one, but not this one? Maybe I can say go to that one? Ah, because we're choosing between going on the highway or the motorway or the country road. Well, motorway it is. So we'll go the more stops but faster roadway. Yes, please. Hopefully we don't get stuck behind any more tractors. It's amazing. It's been 6 whole hours without needing a nap. I'm shocked. We're still running on our sugar high from the chocolate bar we ate. The equivalent of multiple days of rest. This one works well. Yes, this would... The true solution would have been to hop on a train. I agree, Amel. I'll take the fuel hit. I'm not allowed to. I have to spend this. Alright. Trains don't... This is a grim, dark alternative reality. You are not a fan of driving and this somehow manages to look worse? Didn't I just pass this car? He's following me. Become paranoid. It cost us some social energy. I'm hungry again. Can I eat? I suppose I could stop and eat for a second. Also, you're not allowed to just, like, pull over on a major motorway like this, but whatever. Get rid of our hungriness and then continue on. You're now an introvert and don't want to meet your friend anymore. An abandoned car. Okay, this does a good job of killing 2 of them. And then the matches will kill 1. And I take some social energy hits. Which will cure with our cigarettes. And we've got 1 cigarette left. We would have been happier driving the fruit bus. No. We get a new radiator? Radiator. Negates the hot status. We are now hot. Oh, thank God. Can I say I want to go all the way to there? Yes, but then it will use the bad road, so no. Proceed to the next thing along the good road. Fish Lips recommended me this, Jake, saying it's like FTL. It is not like FTL. Draining motorway? More like draining game. That matches perfectly. And then I can do that. I take some durability damage. And then we go... Cigarette, cigarette. Does Fishy know what FTL is? A question that seems increasingly needed. Maybe Fish really hates FTL? Another match, and we're done. Well, the map thing seems to be more like like a quest system. Like at the moment our quest is go visit our friend and play video game, right? We looked at one of the bulletin boards in one of the shops and it was like, go deliver something somewhere. Which I can see being the next quest you do after you've visited your friend. Yeah, I mean, it kind of matches. We're about to be out of gas. And now we're out of fuel. Walk to get gas, which we fix by eating some sugar. Sure. Drink our soda. Drink that, and that makes up for having to walk to get gas. The only one I'm allowed to do is that one? We took too much. Fine, whatever. Spend some money, get towed back to the garage. The garage heals us. Do this next phase again. I should stop and get rid of as many status effects as I can. Eat. So... eat. Tired. Okay, I'll have a nap. I'm capable of having a nap. Oi, why can't I... let me have a nap. Okay. Headache. Do I have more aspirin? No. Yes! Go. You know what? We'll use that as well. Lost. How can we be lost on a major highway? How can you be lost on a major highway? It has one direction to go. How am I cold? We have an item that says I'm supposed to be invulnerable to cold. Boo! Oh yes, but we couldn't install our warm steering wheel cover without a bloody mechanic. get rid of that one. And then I have to get rid of these two. Or else our car will explode again. What am I doing? Shouldn't I be looking for a job? That can wait. I know what I'm doing. You keep doubting your own decisions. Lose some social energy. No, I'm not talking to the hillbilly. I will buy some fuel, though. Why isn't this actually filling up my fuel tank? Okay, because you have to click the finish button. Whatever. Silly, but that's the way that works. What would we like some more of? We would like some more cigarettes, weirdly enough. Because they were way too useful. And we were down to the last one. New duct tape. Duct tape was also way too useful. I need new aspirin if they have it. Hot dog would also be nice. But now we're out of cash. Can I sell things? Yes! Goodbye, pedal board. You know, the roadside convenience store is well known to accept payment in guitar pedal boards. And radiators. A new fuel refiller? Sure. Can I sell the empty one? Yes, but it does nothing. In case we want to get rid of our unhappy, so we will have the beer. Remember, kids, don't drink and drive. Do as we say, not what we do. Intoxicated. Driving not recommended. And I'll have the new chewing gum. And the chips. And the coffee. And another soda, because we're almost out of energy. And the cola. And the chocolate. And the juice. There's no way I need another cigarettes. Some delicious nuts. And then I think we're about good. New aspirin, goodbye. Cash, credit, or guitar pedals. Yeah. This. I just want to have a sleep game. Holy! That is a lot of stuff. I can do that one. I can do that. No, missed. We're sad again. Now I'm allowed to sleep. Too bloody late. Save me again, parents. Our parents did save us again. Let's eat back up to full energy. And we're just gonna live with being sad, because... Well, actually, can I sleep again? No, I can't sleep again. Coffee. Soda. Let's go. Please continue to where I already said I wanted to go. Come on, let me use my tape. It won't let me use my tape. We're gonna explode. Oh. Nah. We're finally dead. Sleep. Not enough durability. On the other hand, we have money again. Because our parents came to... got money again. So I can hire a tow truck back to here. I just want a sleep game. Eat. Tired? We don't have a coffee. Right? No. So, unless our shop sells a coffee... which they do not. Yeah, they do not. Does the other place maybe sell a coffee? No. Maybe? Maybe. Okay. Beer, beer, wine, whiskey, wine. Fries, beer. Chicken wings, nuts, beer. No, no coffee. Well, we live without the coffee then. No sleep, only drive? Yeah. I really just want to go to sleep. Right? So that I'm no longer drink driving. Slap yourself in the face. It feels like that would take social energy, which is the thing that I have the most of. Yes. Can I please be allowed to sleep? No. Sun rises. That works well. I can take the social damage. I can't really afford this damage. So that's the one I should do next. Use our last cigarette. And that ate all my gas. Well, get towed again. No, actually, you know what? Not enough energy. You must construct additional pylons to be allowed to walk to the petrol station. Fine. Eat the chocolate bar. Eat the chocolate bar. Walk to the petrol station. Finally let me sleep. Finally gets rid of the drunk driving. Thank God. Eat chocolate. Eat chocolate. What else do we want in here with us? Probably bandage, whatever bandage is. Actually, no. Weren't we told that crosses do nothing? Yeah, crosses do nothing, so that's not useful. But it says it does something. Well, we have run into some that needed money now, so we'll keep the lottery ticket on us. Proceed. Did I forget saying goodbye to my best friend or to turn the oven off? I thought I'm visiting my friend, but okay. Gain social. Hitchhikers level faster. Hungry. I can fix hungry. We have food. There. We're no longer vegetarian though because we ate a hot dog. No. Is there another shop? There's an unemployment office. No, thank you. I've been told my job is to get to my friend. I'm going to get to my friend. We're on the final leg of the journey. It turns out they aren't home. Thank God we aren't overtaking the police cop when we're drunk driving. Oh. Except now I'm out of tape. Can we add it back in? Yes. Add extra tape to here, please. Thank you. Then continue. They've been actually driving to see me. I mean, we were driving, what, one city over, and it's taken us 1, 2, 3, 4 days? 4 days? to supposedly visit our friend to play video games? No, no hitchhikers. I can't believe we haven't found a licensed technician to install our fluffy steering wheel cover. Majestic Falcon. Can that falcon punch us out of existence? This will actually do the one I need to do, question mark. And then the same again. Come on, let me use this. The fuel is the most important. I can afford to take personal energy damage. I can't afford to take gas damage. The forest is inspiring. Have a cigarette to make up for this majestic bird. And then another cigarette. Just keep having cigarettes. Millions of cigarettes. Inspired. The next energy cost is reduced to 0. I'm hungry again. Sure, I can fix that. Have some delicious nuts. New trait. Eat a large amount of junk food. Become hungry more often. I'd care if I wasn't about to... Is this my friend's house? Have we won? Hey. What took you so long? Just park outside. I'll come down. You sit on a pile of pillows and blankets with your friend, completely enveloped by the game and its hypnotic light. Of course you choose legendary. Dying thousands of times is frivolous when you're young. One more time, you say as the evening yawns to morning. One more time, it's the weekend after all. Thank you for playing the demo. Absolutely not. I am not wishlisting you on Steam. No. Good day, sir. Okay. And then as long as Shadow isn't about, and Shadow is not, are there any others? Let's see. What game? Thankfully it's not a game I own, Wick, so I am immune to this. I am immune to this. Mwahahahahaha. I don't think anyone else that I owe any to is about. Well, technically we could look at doing Dark Cloud, but I don't know that I have Dark Cloud yet. I'll have to look into making sure I get Dark Cloud. So... No, it hasn't been upped in price for a long time, boss, the level. So yeah, that's it for today. Demos. We liked both of the other ones, kind of. Furry, what was the name of Furry Darkest Dungeon? Dongwu was okay. It maybe needs to explain itself a whole lot better. Nordics is funny to laugh at, but not actually really... Like, it's not terrible aside from the writing and the characters. But you're not playing that for the writing or the characters unless you're playing it to make fun of it. Keep Driving is definitely not like FTL. So Fish Lips gets a big there. I hope he had a better time than I did with that game. Maybe once you're actually taking quests and managing money to go do lots of quests, it's a bit more interesting. Especially if you could have multiple at once and then you've got like pathing things where like, okay, I can go here within X number of days and then make it back to here to do this other quest within X number of days. That could be interesting. But seeing as it was presented in the limited scope for the demo of Get to Friend's House, there was no ability to try and enjoy that. Anyway, for now, peace all. Have a better day than I've had with that. Ugh. Ugh, 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 ugh.